In this video, I'll show you how to build an interactive dashboard. Dashboards bring together multiple charts into one view, with filters, legends, and interactivity that ties your charts together. I've got a Tableau workbook open that is a starting point for us. It uses the Atlanta flight delays dataset, and I have several visualizations in it already. We have a scenario that we'll use to motivate this video. We want to build a dashboard to show an overview of Atlanta airport flight delays within the United States. We'll show average delays to different destination airports and break it down by type of delay. First, let's look at each sheet. We have an airport map with average delay time on color. We already have a tooltip with additional information in it and a descriptive chart title. For the tooltips, I want you to notice that when you click on them, the command buttons come up. When I build a dashboard, I like to disable that feature to make the visualizations more user-friendly. I'll click on the tooltip in the marks card to edit, and then you can uncheck the boxes for include command buttons and allow selection by category. And I'll click OK. And then you can see that those buttons go away for your tooltips. I would typically do that for the tooltips in every sheet, but to speed things up, I've already disabled those options in the other sheets in this workbook that we are using as a starting point. Looking at the next tab, we have a text table that provides a high-level summary across all of the data for several measures of interest, such as total number of delayed flights, as well as average and total delays. In the next tab, we have a bar chart of average delay by cause. And then going to the next tab, we have a line chart of average daily delay. All of these sheets provide helpful information about the Atlanta airport flight delays, but creating a dashboard to pull them all together will tell us even more. So to create a dashboard, we need to find the new dashboard button at the bottom, and then it's just to the right of the new sheet button, and then we'll click it. You'll notice that the workspace for a dashboard looks different than what we see for worksheets. On the left, we have a dashboard pane, and we'll go through it. We have different sizing options at the top. The default is used currently, but clicking on phone would let us create a dashboard that's perfectly sized to view on a mobile device. I think that's a really awesome option because many people these days will be using their mobile devices to view dashboards that have been posted online. For example, dashboards posted to a company's website for customers. I'll go back to default. Under size, you can see that mine defaults to a range with minimum and maximum sizes. If you know who's going to be using your dashboard and exactly what size their device is, you can use these options to exactly fit to their device. For example, some companies use a standard size device while employees are out in the field, like nurses that use small devices with touch screens. Often we don't know that information, and my preference is to go with the automatic option. I'll select that now. And if you notice, the size of the dashboard view to the right expanded quite a bit on my own device. I've got a wide monitor. This option automatically resizes the dashboard so that it fits on any screen that's being used. Below that, you'll see a list of all worksheets in our workbook, and hovering over each one will give a quick preview of the viz. Below that, we have dashboard objects, and we'll use those to customize how we build the dashboard. We also see a button down here for tiled that's highlighted, and we'll keep that enabled for now. It means that as we drag and drop charts into the dashboard, they'll snap together like tiles. Let's see how that works. We'll add our map to the dashboard first. You can do this by selecting the Maps worksheet in the left pane, click on it, drag and drop it into the dashboard. By default, it will take up the whole space. We also see that the color legend and size legend came over with the map. It's been added to a side panel over here. By default, legends and filters that are shown in your worksheet will come over to the dashboard like this. Next, we want to bring over our line chart. Let's select the sheet called Delay Over Time. We'll drag it over, but keep holding down your mouse, and you'll see gray lines that show your options for where you can drop it. We can drop it to the left of the map, above it, to its right or below it. Let's drag it all the way down to the very, very bottom. And then we see a gray line across the entire width, including the side panel with legends, and then unclick to drop it here. We got these gray areas because we're using the tiled option. Floating would have let you drop the chart anywhere, even on top of another chart. I almost always use tiled because I like how it works. Notice the check marks now beside two of our sheets. This is indicating that we've added them to the dashboard. Next, let's select Delay by Cause. Drag it and drop it to the right of the line chart. And then let's take our last sheet, the text table, and let's drag it to be just above the map. If you want to delete any view from your dashboard, you can click on it and click the X to remove it. When building a dashboard, it's usually recommended to put your most important view towards the top, and for us that's the map. And that's why I chose that one. I also like the text table at the top because that gives us a quick view of some of the most important metrics, and that's a popular dashboard design that I've seen used often. Now that we've got all of our charts on the dashboard, we can clean this up quite a bit by resizing a few things. First, let's add a dashboard title by enabling the option in the bottom left pane called Show Dashboard Title. And let's call it the Atlanta Airport Flight Delays for Domestic Destinations. And I'll type that in, Atlanta Airport Flight Delays for Domestic Destinations. And click OK. You can also double click to go back and edit it. You can center align it, and you can also put it in bold font. Then let's make the text table much shorter. You can do that by selecting the bottom of its container and then dragging upwards. We don't really need its title, so you can right click on there and use the option Hide Title. And then you can resize a little more. Let's also click on the text table, and then in the menu for its drop down here for its container, which is all the way over to the left on my screen, for this menu, let's go find the Fit option and then use Entire Width. This will resize the viz so that it takes up the entire space that you've given it. There's also a quick button for that in the toolbar at the top. And then let's make the map a little bit larger. I'll do that by dragging down. The bar chart has space that's not currently being used, so I'll select it, and then in the menu drop down for its container, I'll select it and then use Fit and then Entire Width. So this is looking pretty good. Before ending this video, I want to show you what happens to your dashboard when you modify a worksheet. I'll change the color of the map in its worksheet, and a quick way to get there is to hover over the map's name over in the left pane, and then select this Go to Sheet button. In the color legend, I'll select the drop down and then Edit Colors. You can pick any color that you'd like. I'll choose green and then close that. Then let's go back over to the dashboard. You can see that the map is now a different color. Changes that we make to the worksheet will be reflected over here in the dashboard. Personally, I don't like green with the other colors used in this visualization. I could hit the undo button, but instead let's see what happens when I edit the color here in the dashboard. In the color legend here in the dashboard, let's select the drop-down menu to edit colors, and then I'll go back and I will pick the orange-blue diverging option and then close it. So then let's go back over to the worksheet, and again you can see that the map is now a different color. So changes that we make to the dashboard will also be reflected over here in the worksheet. We'll stop here for now and add dashboard interactivity in the next video. Make sure you save your workbook so that you continue following along in the next video.